Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today I have a 10-minute gift idea using the Glowforge. So today we're going to be making Dad a gift for Father's Day. So we're going to be using the Glowforge, like I said, and this is going to take you 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Jumping straight over to designbundles.net. If you guys are a Plus member, this is only 1 Plus credit. So this is one of our Plus files. So this kind of gives you a little bit of sneak peek of what our files look like if you guys are not a Plus member. So what's really cool about this is it comes in several different files like SVG, PNG, etc. So you could actually cut this out with adhesive vinyl if you wanted to. You could put this on a t-shirt with HTV, and you can even use it with your Cricut Maker. So you can use that thinner wood and cut this out with your Cricut Maker if you wanted to, and you can actually cut it a couple of times to layer it up and thicken it as well. So you can also even use your Explorer models, I believe, to use, I can't think of the name of that super thin wood right now. I want to say it's like varnish, you know what I'm talking about. So you could use that essentially too to create this project. Now, you definitely don't have to have a Glowforge. You could have any sort of laser machine to make this project, but today I'm going to be walking you through using the Glowforge. So let's go ahead and jump on over to Glowforge. All right, so now that we're over on Glowforge, what we want to do, the very first thing you want to do is power on your machine and load your materials. The reason why is that way you can see your blank canvas. So as you can see, I'm using medium draft board today, which is MDF. And I'm actually using the Glowforge proof grade materials. It just makes it easy because it has that QR code and it automatically reads it and changes the material for me. Now, it's not hard at all to mask your own materials, and it's a whole lot cheaper. So if that's a route you want to do, we have tutorials here on the channel doing that as well. All right, so now that I have this loaded, we're ready with our blank canvas. Let's bring in our design. So we're going to hit that plus. We're just going to go right here to the upload tab, and I'm just going to go to recent and search for my file, which is right here. Now I want to use that SVG version because it's going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and size it out. Now you can size it out by grabbing your corners here, or if you click on this little ruler right down here at the bottom, it's going to allow you to adjust your settings right here if you want to as well. So I did mine around 10 inches. I can adjust that just simply by doing that here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bring this down into place. Now I do recommend, if you are using proof grade materials, sticking to the left side of your materials, because I still have this entire sheet left for another project, and it keeps that QR code, because if I try to cut on this side, I'm going to put it right on top of that QR code, and then I'm not going to have it anymore for proof grade. So always try to use that left side up first before you go right on top of your QR code. All right, so once you have this sized out where you want it to be, you're going to go ahead and double check. So right now it's actually set on engrave. So to change it to a cut file, all you got to do is click on it, and then it's going to give you these options up here at the top. I'm simply just going to hit cut. Since this is proof grade, everything is already set for us. Now, if I was using an MDF, there's another company that I use. I like to link down below. We've used it in previous videos. Those are like $2.50 a sheet. And those settings is the exact same. You're just going to choose medium draft board. So if you were using your own materials, you would click it right here and just choose it, and it would automatically set those cut materials. But some materials, you need to go in and really dial those in. So super duper easy project, like I said. So if you were to take this straight from Design Bundles, download it with your 1 Plus credit, upload it here, and then we would size it out. Now we're ready to hit print. It's going to give us that exact time, and this is going to take you less than 10 minutes to create this project. So give it just a second to load. All right, so as you can see, 6 minutes. So you're going to have the 6 minutes of cut time. And in that time, you can start painting your wood round, and then you're going to paint this when it comes out. Super duper easy, super fast. All right, so we're ready. So all I'm going to do is head on over to the Glowforge and hit go. All right, so now that everything is cut out, it looks just like this. Now you can use, say for example, a light basswood if you wanted to, or a walnut, but since I'm painting this, I'm just using an MDF. You can use wood glue to adhere this down, and that's what I'm gonna be using today. And I'm also gonna be using some chalk paint. I've got black here as well as white. All of the materials that I'm using today are linked down below. Now this one should be a pretty easy one to weed since there's not a whole lot of intricate. So you're just gonna take your weeding tool here and then peel off that mask. All right, now if you're using proof grade materials, it's going to have a mask on the back as well, but I've already taken mine off. Now, if you are doing your own and you're gluing this side down, don't mask both sides. I usually just mask the front to protect it from any burn marks, and I don't do the back. The only time you'd want to do the back is if you were going to be able to see what you were, the back side of that project. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and finish weeding. All right, so as you can see, we've got our mask all removed, and this is MDF. I've used I believe this is the 1/8 inch, in case you guys are wondering. Once again, all linked down below. And then I'm just putting this on a 12-inch wood round. Now, if you cut this with your Glowforge, it would be a little bit smaller, but you could definitely purchase the pack of these from Amazon. But really, if you have a Glowforge, just get your own. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to paint this side white, and then I'm going to paint this little guy black. So let's go and do that now. And I'll probably speed through this in a second just so it's not taking a whole long time. So I'm using chalk paint. You guys know I love chalk paint because it dries super, super fast. So I'm just using some parchment paper here. I do have it on this is a silicone pad from Surebonder. I love it because you can wipe it off literally with a baby wipe. Okay, so I'm using that chalk paint here. I'm just going to go in with a foam brush and completely paint this thing white. Now, I believe one coat of this is going to be sufficient enough for the entire thing. So we're just going to go ahead and go over the entire thing. All right, so now that we have our wood round painted, I'm going to set it aside, and then we're going to start to paint the MDF piece black. All right, so let's go ahead and paint the MDF black, like I said. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in here. Just got a nice chunky paintbrush to cover this pretty quickly. And one coat really does cover this nicely. And with this, you may want to, the burn mark should pretty much cover it. See how it already looks black? But if you wanted to, you could really get into all those pieces and go all the way around the outside. Now, if I was doing this in white, I really would want to do that just to make sure. But once again, the burnt marks are going to really blend in with this black. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. All right, so I have completely covered everything. So we're going to go ahead and let this dry for just a second. All right, so we are ready to wrap this up. We've got our wood round painted white. You can do front and back if you wanted to, but if it's going to be hanging, this is perfect for Dad's office, hanging in the garage. Lots of different ideas. So we've got this painted down, and I think it's ready to go. So it's going to pop on here with the tools kind of hanging off. So we're going to center this in front of that circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out of our way. All right. Scoot this over just to make sure I'm not getting any paint left on my work surface. All right, so there's a few different ways that you can glue this onto your wood round. You can use wood glue like I'm using today. I'm using Gorilla Wood Glue. You can use your hot glue gun if you wanted to. You could use super glue. There's tons of different glues out there on the market, depending on how quick you want it to dry. This guy works pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way around this thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. I definitely want all the way around the edges so nothing lifts. Now remember, this piece is kind of off, so I don't want to get too crazy with that. I'll probably keep it on the inside here. And so for sure, we're making sure that piece is done. And then I'll go over and make sure a few of these inside pieces, like so, have glue on them as well. I don't have to get too crazy, just trying to make sure that it's going to hold itself down. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get ready to pop this on. And like I said, we're going to center this, and some of the tools is going to kind of hang off. So I'm going to go ahead and get this nice and centered on our wood round. Perfect. Now, I would recommend to go ahead and place something heavy on top just to kind of help hold everything down in place. Honestly, it would be okay without it, but just in case, you may want to go ahead and add, cookie sheet on top of it, a book or something, just to kind of give even just, weight across it. But you see how my tools kind of hang off the sides there. I really love it. I think this came out super, super cool. So whenever you guys make this, number one, you could definitely cut this out by itself. This would be cute just to hang on the wall. But you could definitely add it on like this wood round. You could even do like we have these circle rattan designs, all sorts of different ideas to do with this. But how super cute will this be for Dad? 10 minutes. It's not going to take you no time. This is the perfect last minute gift for Dad, or if you're wanting to make a super fun, quick gift, this one is it. And there you guys have it, a super fun, easy 10-minute gift idea using your Glowforge. I think Dad is going to absolutely love this holiday season. Once again, you could definitely just cut this design by itself. You don't even need the wood round, but it does kind of help it pop. You can even put this on a square sign if you wanted to. Lots of different ideas. Now, if you guys found inspiration, I truly hope you did. And if you guys recreate this, we want to see it. So use the hashtag design bundles or simply join our Facebook community group and you can share it over there with us. Lots of different crafters, tons of different inspiration. We have giveaways over there, freebies, you name it, we have it going on. So make sure you guys check that out. We have it linked below as well as all of our other social media channels. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.